Rory, congratulations first of all. You're named as Ireland captain, a huge honour.
Yeah, thanks very much. Obviously, when Joe made the phone call, it's a pretty big deal for me, and it was a conversation I was pleased to have, and absolutely honoured and humbled to accept the offer.
When he makes that phone call, is he asking you to do the job?
Um, yeah, I think he's asking. I would be very surprised if anyone in the history of international rugby's ever turned it down. It's such a phenomenal offer to have, and yeah, we sort of said we'd love you to do it if you'd like to do it, and of course it was a fairly simple yes. Joe would love to do it.
You've captained Ireland before, obviously in individual games. First time I think was back in 2009 on a tour of North America. But this is different. You're captain for the series. What's the difference between captaining for a game and captaining for a series?
You have to come to these places and do things like this and spend an entire morning doing media. But I think just the whole hype around it. When you get named for a game, you don't know what's coming next. Whether the next game, if the captain that was named is back in or what have you. So being named for the series, it gives you that little bit of you're going to be there. You can try to imprint what you want on the squad and sort of bring something a little bit different. There'll be nothing outside the box, but you're the captain now, and you're the guy that sets the example the whole way through this championship.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be Brian O'Driscoll, you can't be Paul O'Connell. You've got to bring what Rory best brings to the squad. So what are you hoping to do?
I think probably you have to learn from the guys before you as well, and the things that Paulie and Brian, who I've played under as captains, did really well is that they spoke when they needed to speak, and they spoke, everyone listened, and it was clear, concise and sense. But ultimately they led by example. The way they trained, the way they prepared, the way they played, and that's, I suppose, what I try to bring with Ulster, and would be part of the reason that Joe has asked me to do it now. So to go away from that at this stage, and this stage of my career, would be foolish.
The family must be hugely proud. Obviously your brother Simon captained Ireland before, but what was the reaction? How did your kids take the news, for example?
The kids were obviously Richie at 9 months he didn't get too distracted from his feed, but the other two, Ben is a big rugby fan. He was over the moon and delighted, and Penny being 3 just followed suit. Whatever Big Brother did, she did, but they were absolutely delighted, and I think my whole family were, and just immensely proud, and I suppose I was pretty proud of the reaction that they gave me.
Ben is obviously your biggest fan. We've seen him pitch side once or twice. Does he? I've even heard he's worn your medal to bed a couple of times. Is that true?
Yeah, well, that's the sort of, I suppose, the downside of winning these things is that you never get to see them again. He takes them off, and he goes off. But yeah, look, he loves it, and he loves going. He plays down in Banbridge Minis, and he really enjoys it. I've no doubt with Paulie retiring, he's going to miss Paddy O'Connell massively. That's his big playmate, and look, it's he was over the moon.
And just to look forward to Wales, it's going to be your 90th cap. Huge honour for you, earning 90 caps, and now as captain. What's the challenge going to be like against Wales?
It's going to be massive. They're consistently every year one of the best teams in the Six Nations. They've proven time and time again against the best in the world that they're right up there. So I think the challenge for us is massive. It's a tough start, and we'll do what we always do. We'll give them the utmost respect. We'll look at them in detail, and we'll try to find out ways to beat them, and try to find out ways to stop them scoring.